Writing a series, I have to ask myself, do my readers want my books to follow a pattern so they have the comfort of the familiarity, or do they want a complete shake-up and everything completely new and different with each book? The first three in my series, Cut Short, Road Closed and Dead End, have all been set in the home counties where my detective Geraldine Steele is working for the Kent Constabulary. With the book that will be coming out in 2012, I'm giving her a bit of a shake-up because Geraldine is relocating and she is moving from Kent to London, which involves a move to the Metropolitan Police Force. This is quite different in some ways for Geraldine, not only because she's in a different area, she's now living in London, which has a different feel to it, a different atmosphere, a bit more buzzy and busy, but also working within the Met is slightly different to working in the home counties. And clearly this is something that I have done a little bit of research on to find out what the differences are. The Met is a little bit less formal than working in the home counties, for example. It's also given me a bit of a challenge, as well as giving Geraldine a challenge, because she has a different team around her. She's still keeping in touch with the sergeant who worked with her in my first three books, who seems to have a little following of his own, as it happens, so he will be an ongoing character from time to time. But she has a completely different sergeant and obviously different detective chief inspector, and she has to settle in to her new environment. And I'm also writing about different places, and it's been quite good fun locating areas. I was in the pub with one of my daughters one evening, and I was very excited. I said to her, "I've just found a fantastic place to dump a dead body." And she looked over her shoulder and said, "Mum, shut up." So in some ways the book coming out next year is similar to the first three books in that my main detective is Geraldine Steele. It is a murder investigation, and in some ways there are some differences. One of the questions that I explore in my books is what it is that motivates one person to kill another person. It's a huge question, and I try to look at different kinds of characters in my killers in each book, so that's something that changes from book to book. But the book coming out in 2012 does have a new location, a challenge for Geraldine and also for me as a writer.